Brendan, did Felix throw his bullpen yet? And if so, how'd it go?
He has not thrown it yet. He's throwing it this afternoon.
Rich?
Brandon, have you told anyone that they've made the ball club yet?
No.
Any other questions?
Short answers today.
Nathan?
Brandon, what do you make of Wade LeBlanc's spring to this point?
I just swung the ball fairly well. I kind of had a tough end of the year last year. With the numbers in camp this year, I would have liked to see him pitch in more regular games, but I think we did a nice job of taking a look and as well as building him up. So I see him as an option.
John?
Brandon, over the last couple of years, you've talked about people who you want to grow and be mature and confident as big leaguers. Is there anyone who's taken that leap and feeling like they belong in your mind this spring?
With one of our young guys?
Nathan, Joe, Rock?
Well, I think that our players are maturing, and I think that we have guys, this is my third year here. A lot of these guys were pretty fresh to the big leagues here in the last couple of years, and you are seeing growth in some of our players. Santander's matured a lot in the last couple of years, become mature as a ball player, his at-bats, how he's playing defense. I think down the line, Cedric Mullins is a lot different player than he was 2 years ago. I see growth in Austin Hayes. I see growth in both of our catchers. I think that there's been a lot of guys that have improved a lot in the last couple of years.
Jeff?
Hey, Brandon. Dean Kremer last outing sounded like he had some issues at the very end, but what have you made of his spring and kind of where he is in his progression to get ready for the regular season?
Well, I think he hasn't had the command that he had at the end of the year last year. And I'd like to see him get on track with that tonight. Dean's got major league rotation stuff, and he's going to be a really good pitcher in the big leagues. Now it's about commanding your fastball and about being able to throw his breaking ball, which is a plus pitch, on the plate for a strike as well as underneath for chase. And Dean's got 4 really good pitches. I just don't think he's had the command so far this camp that he had last summer. And I think, that's one thing that he's been working on in between sides, is to really harness that command. And, so tonight he gets the opportunity, and I think he's going to throw a bunch of strikes.
Dan?
Brandon, the 5-man versus 6-man rotation, does that go all the way to the end of spring training when you kind of look at your 26, or do you have to start planning for that now in the next couple of days?
Well, yeah, our pitching situation is still very much in flux, and there's still a lot of questions still to be answered. And I don't know if we're going to have a 5 or 6 man. I don't know if we're going to have 13 or 14. We haven't made those decisions yet. So I think adding somebody as a 6-man in the rotation is doable without having to schedule them out. Just because it's a week away, we have a day off after the first week. So all our pitching question marks are going to be something that we're focusing heavily on this last week, and we'll come up with the best decisions we feel like give ourselves our team the best chance to win, as well as what's the best for our players.
John?
Brandon, this spring, both with Dean and Keegan Aiken, you've mentioned that the command hasn't been there in large stretches. Could that rise to a concern level where they might not be in the opening day rotation because of that not coming along to the point you needed to?
Well, we'll see. I mean, for me, they both had stretches. They had a few starts last year where they proved that they could pitch in the big leagues and pitch in our division. And they just haven't shown that command this spring. And so, they're both going to get opportunities here this last week to kind of harness that command and be the pitchers that we feel like they are. It is spring training also. Both guys have been working on things. So, but I just like to see the fastball there. And I like to see the fastball aggressiveness in the strike zone.
Nathan?
kind of along those same lines, do you put more stock into the outings you're seeing this spring or those outings you saw last season, or is it a mix of the two?
It's a mix of the two, just because they're really young still.